Baby, you wouldn't believe it. They had me on sponge baths today. Sponge baths. And the sick thing is, I was kind of getting turned on. I want to sponge you down, girl. Those thighs, your stomach, sponge on your neck. Actually, it looks like duty's calling right now. Gotta get back to one of my other girls. Baby, she's 83. Baby! What's up, Mr. Franklin? You are killing me, kid. Mr. Franklin? Mr. Franklin?
Justin on his future.
It's the craziest thing I ever heard. Come on, Dad, this is my dream. Okay. Yes.
You're going to Hollywood, baby! Yeah.
Hello? I'm Justin. I live here.
What's good, kid? I'm Chris.
Hey, Justin. Do you want a cookie? My mom made them.
Parents. And that's crazy. As soon as you're out the door.
Nursing home? With diapers?
I think it'll be a good experience for the kid. You know? It'll be good to be around people like that.
Hello, Mrs. Keaton.
Good morning, Justin. I see you brought your team with you.
Yes, this is Chris Brown and
Nikki.
A pleasure, man.
Nice to meet you all. I trust Justin has explained the job to you. You'll train with me for 2 weeks, and then the three of you will take over the night shift. I need someone to take that over as soon as possible. Midnight to 6 a.m. Total lockdown, no one in or out. Now, before we get started, does anybody have any questions? No? Good. Great. Many are depressed, and they take drugs to make them happy. Most take lots of drugs. This gentleman over here, who I think resembles Yul Brenner, he just had hip replacement surgery. Good job. When you get right down to it, old age is just a fact of life.
I can check myself out. No, not true. I'm not going to get disciplined again because of you. You stay put, you hear me? And put. All right. That's how you want to play. That's how you want to play, old man. No more pudding cups for you, you hear me? There's your pudding cup. Jackass. Which one of you works here?
We all just started today, actually.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Who's going to push me in?
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Are you friends with that imbecile over there, Frank? Huh?
No, I don't know it.
Thank you, but you keep it.
My doctor got a cold. Is it cold in here?
You know what I mean?
You're right. This is better. It's softer than the floor.
Well, I thought when you said go out that, you just meant go for a walk or something.
What, walk?
Yeah.
Go for a walk. You got both hands on my tuchus, helping me from one chair to another. Does that look like I'll go for a lot of walks?
Oh, no, I guess you wouldn't.
Of course I don't. And listen, around here there's nothing but campus and low-rent housing and everything else. Besides, you got all of California out there waiting for it.
Well, all right. Let's get you in the car then. All right.
I'm driving. Come on, throw the chair in the back and let's move it. Come on.
Are you sure?
Idiot. Playing one-on-one. You know you shoot much better at night.
All right, one of the best. I think I can do it now. Go, baby.
Vedo un mare quanto è bella, spira tanto sentimento, come vuoi chi tiene mente, che lasciato fare sonare.
I've never been involved with. My mom is here tonight, and I know this. She lived her whole life on Staten Island, and here comes the dedication. And while the dedication, and you read it before we go to the Q&A real quick, I'm just going to tell you, the scene with Rance Howard when he says, "You remind me of my son," that is his son in real life. That's Clint Howard, his son. There's the dedication right there.
That's what friends are for.
Alzheimer's is a terrible disease. And it's something that affects everybody, the family, everybody. And I believe one day we can conquer it. All right, I'm gonna just open it up now for questions and answers, and throw up your hands, and I'm just gonna back away from the light, or what do you say? All right, throw it at me.
Was that Mickey Rooney, was that his wife with him?
That is Mickey Rooney's wife, Jan Rooney. She sings Night Shift, she hits on him. It was great that she was his wife, because they were really fun on the set. I'll leave it at that. Yes, that was his wife. I thought I saw one over here somewhere.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Oh, wait, in the red. Was my mom. Joan Borowski was her final name, her married name. But she was originally Joan Anarumo. Did you know her? Your girlfriend. That was my mom, Joan Anarumo. Married name Joan Borowski.
I got a question. Where was the movie shot? What locations?
That was like perfectly placed. Is the question was right here. The movie was shot in California. At the California Village is a real rest home, and then we use another rest home for when they fix up the place. That was in Van Nuys, California. It's also shot in Hollywood, in Burbank, all over the beautiful, great state of California. What did you guys think of the picture? All right, just for the record, I'm not imagining this, right? You like it? Yeah. Okay, if you did like it, please give us a vote for Audience Choice Feature Film and Audience Choice Comedy. If you need the instructions, I have them here. I'll see you afterwards. I'm glad you guys liked it. Let's get another question going. Oh, we see. All right, you, right here.
When was the film made?
The film was made, we were making it just about this time last year, in the calendar year. We opened it up for festivals this year. We were the closing night film in Phoenix, Newport Beach. Up until Staten Island, we've sold out every screening. But you know, this is an 1,800-seat theater. We've got a pretty good crowd tonight. And give yourselves a hand. Yes, I'll get him first. Did we get Dick? Well, you saw him on the screen, right? What? How old is he? He's up there. I know that. He's got a really pretty wife and a pretty daughter, I can tell you that much. In the corner. I did everything. No, I didn't write the script, actually. I wrote a short film and I directed called The Mandala Maker that played in this festival, won a couple of years ago, qualified for the Oscars. And then after that, I had my pick of projects, and the exec producer came to me from this and said, we'd love you to direct and produce this. And I said, I love the script. I didn't want to change it a lot. I wanted to change about 15% and do a rewrite. They welcomed it. I did an uncredited rewrite. I directed, I produced, and I got the entire cast. And I'm just so blessed to be involved with this project. I'm so happy. Right here.
How did you film that opening scene where you're following the car?
Oh, did you like that? The question was, how do we film the opening scene where we follow the car? Wasn't easy. You know, getting our hearse was a real piece of work in California. We got picture cars, but then we'd have to pull the car. This is a real driving hearse. So everyone we went to, no, we don't want to rent it to you. We were willing to pay through the nose to get it. And finally, we got it. We kept putting it off. Oh, we'll do it next week. We'll do it next week. And we got the hearse, and we had a permit to do it, but we couldn't close off traffic, so we had to just nail it, going up and down Hollywood Boulevard, going on the highway. And I was in the car where they were filming, and he's filming out the front, he's filming out the, usually, no, he's filming out the back. So we get in front of the car, we go behind the car, and he'd go through the side. And me and the DP, Bill Schweikert, did that. And then we had a third car with the producers in it, the other producers, J. Todd Smith, Brian LaBelle, Sam Sherman's another producer in attendance tonight. But that was after I did Sam Ruck, he was one of our final nights. And so they were in another car, walkie-talkies. The gentleman driving the hearse and also playing the morgue gentleman is here tonight. Michael, would you stand up when I say your names? Just before we take our final questions, I want to get your attention. Brian Williams, who played Chris Brown, stand up. Staten Island's own Mary Fiumano, who played Mrs. Palma. Bill Sorvino, the arresting officer, stand up there. We got a lot. Sam Sherman, the other producer. Where's Sam? Where's my mentor? There he is. Anyone I forgot, stand up. There's a lot of people. Anyone I'm forgetting, just stand up. Mike Majors from Staten Island. Stand up again, Mike. Stand up. Any cute, folks. As if he needs my help. Okay, let's throw it out there quick, because I know we're... All right,
what movies was he most famous for, and what was he like working with?
Okay, what was Ernest Borgnine most famous for, and you know, I know this, and what was it like to work with him? Well, obviously Marty, he won the Oscar for. I held that Oscar in his home from 1955's Marty. He was in the Poseidon Adventures, in the Wild Bunch. He was in McHale's Navy. Academy Award winner. He just got the recent SAG Life Achievement Award. What was it like to work with? He was a sweetheart. He's one of the gentlemen in the business. It was one of my dreams come true to work with him. Sam Sherman and me were talking about it for a while, and Sam was like, Ernest is the guy. We got the guy that we wanted. Let me do one quick last one. The final question. Here it is. Let's go. Oh, I saw a hand. Oh, this gentleman back here. They knew I was directing, so I think That's the answer I gave on NBC the other night. No, I've been at it a long time, so I've built up connections. I'm great at what I do, with all due humility. And you make a list of your wish list, and we were lucky to get most of the people on our wish list. We didn't have to go too far down. And I think Natasha Lyonne does a great job. She steals the show as Mrs. Keaton. You know her from the American Pie movies and from Slums of Beverly Hills, from everything. Guys, I want to thank all of you tonight. I want to thank my mom, Joan Borowski, who used to take me to Disney matinees at the Lane Theater. Please throw us a local audience choice feature, audience choice comedy. If you need instructions, I have them. I'll be in the lobby. I'll be here all week. Actually, one more day. Thank you. Good night and God bless.
That was great, thank you. Perfect.
How you doing, everybody? It's Phil from New York Rocks, and we're down here at the film festival, Staten Island Film Festival, and we're here with one of the producers. His name is Sam. Sam, how you doing?
Sam Borowski, producer, director of the current movie Nightclub in the 2011 Staten Island Film Festival.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure meeting you. I've met you before.
We have met before.
Yes. Okay, now tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself. You're a Staten Island native. Go ahead.
I'm born and bred on Staten Island. I'm a longtime viewer of New York Rocks.
There you go, man.
So,
I have a fan.
There you go. You have a fan. So,
as long as you're not a hater.
No haters. No haters here.
Well, you know,
so,
not here. Yeah.
Not here.
Keeping it all positive.
Nah, we'd be cool. So we're chill. We're cool. No, grew up on Staten Island. This is the third time I've had a film in the festival. I had my feature film Rex, which I produced, didn't direct but produced. We won the Audience Choice Award, which is a very prestigious award. We were also nominated for Best Picture. And Best Screenplay that year. We lost both of those awards to Greetings from the Shore, starring Paul Sorvino. I think there's a Sorvino in the house, but we'll get him on.
I noticed that movie last year.
Yeah. Like we did. And then I had The Mandala Maker, which was a short, qualified for the Oscars 2 years ago. Had that in the festival. And in fact, at the end of this movie, there's a quick clip of Mandala on the TV you can notice. So that's kind of cool.
So that's 2 films. So you made 2 films already.
Well, no, two that I had in the festival, but I've actually made 6 films. 4 features, a couple shorts. I've got another feature on the way. I'm looking at 3 different projects right now. So I'm just, you gotta.
So this one's like the 3rd one in the festival.
3rd one that I've had in the festival. 6th film I've been associated with, and it's the 3rd time I've directed. So it's a thrill for me. I enjoy the directing probably the most, but I've always said I'm a writer first. I began as a writer. I love the writing. I love the directing. I love the producing. I love all of it. I mean, you have to be. You almost have to be insane to love this business, but I love it, so I must be insane.
Well, master of all. You gotta
master of all. I like that.
You gotta touch all the bases.
I touch all. I won't say a master of none. I'll say a master of all. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of all. How about that?
Good. Well,
boy, I'm tooting my own horn here, right?
You gotta do, especially in filmmaking. Right now, your
viewers are like, "Who is this jerk?" You know?
Hey, you know, first you gotta learn to do all the jobs, and then you pawn them off to other people.
Well, you know, you do what you love, and I just happen to love the writing, the directing, the producing. There's something creative about all of it. For me, I've always said it's about the friendships that I've formed. I made good friends with some people on Rex, and Sam Sherman, who's been like a father to me, a second father, and he's mentored me. We've worked together a few times now. Daniel Roebuck has been in every one of my projects. Michael Maggiore and Staten Island's own Michael Maggiore.
You're part Italian too, right?
Can you tell? I'm 3/4 Italian.
The hands are ready. The hands are moving around a lot. I was like,
yes.
You gotta watch out. You don't get a
Danny Aiello is my cousin on my mother's side. I'm 3/4 Italian and 1/4 Polish. I'm a wop-lock. I hope I didn't offend anybody out there with that. Anyway, no, so Staten Island's Michael Maggiore, New Jersey's Bill Sorvino. I met them, and they're in this film, and they've become good friends. Even my assistant, Dan Balvin, is always here. Brian Williams, I think I'm forgetting people.
I even noticed you in the movie twice.
Oh, you know, I'm actually in it 3 times, actually.
Oh,
see, it's like a Where's Waldo thing. You gotta, where's Sammy? You gotta spot me. It's hard to see me once.
Now this film, this is your 3rd film like you have in the festival.
In the Staten Island Film Festival.
Now the film that you made here, you are a producer, you're the director in the movie, correct?
I produced, I directed, we closed. Yeah, that's okay. We were the closing night film in the Phoenix Film Festival. Sold out the auditorium, 500 people strong on an IMAX screen. 175 people we sold out at the Newport Beach Film Festival. Staten Island's a little different mindset. That's okay. We're in an 1,800-seat theater, the St. George Theater. It's a little different venue. We had several hundred people here tonight. We had a lot of people. I think we're going to have a great shot at Audience Choice Award. By the time they see it, they'll know if we won or not. We're up for Best Picture, Best Director, me, Best Actor, Ernest Borgnine, and there's a lot of actors that could have gotten that distinction in this film.
Okay, now this film was shot in different locations. It was shot you mentioned in California. Talk about that.
Yeah, we filmed it in Van Nuys, California, at a real nursing home, a lot of it, the majority of it, and that was the California Villa. We also filmed in Hollywood, in Burbank, all over the great state of California.
How long did it take you to complete the film?
We filmed it. It was 2 months. It was 29 days filming over 2 months with days off, and then you edit it for close to a year, and then we debuted it in Phoenix a couple months ago, and then Newport Beach was just a couple weeks ago, and Staten Island today.
Now, you had some legends and movies in the movie. You had Ernest Borgnine and Mickey Rooney, and you had the other lady that played the mother.
Ah, the other lady that played.
I know she's very famous. I've seen her.
You're talking about Mary Domino, or you mean Sally Kellerman, the blonde?
The blonde.
We'll get Mary in here too.
Mary's a Staten Island native.
Mary must have been on your show. She's on like every show. She has a show on there, Nights with Mary. You know, she promised me I was going to be a guest. I have yet to be a guest or see any of that. And she told me she wouldn't charge me for the class, Nights with Mary. She's never invited me.
There's a little problem with the public access, not letting no public to be accessed.
Well, I'm not going to put down her public access show. I'm just going to say her word is supposed to be her bond, and I haven't been on that show yet, but we'll see how that shakes out. No, you know,
it's a little hard to get in the place.
All right, I'll say this. I'll say this. We had Sally Kellerman, who's an Oscar nominee. We had Oscar winner and recent SAG Life Achievement winner Ernest Borgnine. We had Mickey Rooney, 4-time Oscar nominee, and the Irving Thalberg. He's got an honorary Oscar. You know, we had Mary Domino, Staten Island's own. We had Paul Sorvino. We had Bill Sorvino. We had Sally Kellerman. There's so many people. Ani Her from Gran Torino. She was the female lead. We had Natasha Lyonne. Like the whole cast. You know, when you watch it, you recognize maybe everybody in the whole movie. And, you know, with the exception of 3 or 4, give or take, and the performances are there, and I think that's what it's about. It's about telling stories that people relate with.
And it was very heartfelt. And I mean, that's what I liked about the movie. Very heartfelt, funny, and had like the cute humor about it, and pretty much anybody, an audience could have been anybody, from young people to old people, would have enjoyed watching that
film. We should put that in our press kit, Phil. It could have been for anybody, from young people to old people. No, that's what we were going for, and I'd like to think we achieved it. I believe we achieved it. We've been selling out across the country. This is the first couple screenings that weren't sold out, but again, it's in an 1,800-seat theater. But we had several hundred people here tonight. How can you not be excited? Each screening, each city is different in its own. A very nice turnout. I mean, they haven't had a crowd, I don't think, since opening night like this. And that's not to put down the festival. It's a wonderful festival.
You got this character about yourself, you know.
Really? I'm not too shy, right?
Something, I don't know, but
I've come out of my shell, right?
How is it working with those actors now? You know, the legends and movies and stuff like that. And how'd you get them too?
It was such a chore having to work with all these Oscar winners, Oscar nominees, legendary actors. No, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I couldn't have dreamed up a better cast. I was so blessed to get this cast, and you know, I got them. I've been given the cutesy answer like I give on NBC. They knew I was directing, but you know, really, I've built up my contacts, and I'm just, you know.
Yo, you're good.
I like the De Niro. That's good. That's good. Look at me.
That was good.
Look at me like I'm looking at you. No.
Funny how?
You like that? How am I funny? How the? I can't say that. I can't say that on TV, otherwise I complete it. The way you tell the story, Phil. The way you tell the story.
Comics, they can do whatever they want, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll like it. I think that you know, I've been at it a long time, and I built up my contacts. And Daniel Roebuck, who plays Frank in the movie, called me a whirling dervish. So I'll take that as a compliment. And you've got to be that way in this business. You can't be reserved. You can't. Hey, it's good. You can't be like that. You'll never make it. You'll never make it. You'll die in the first week. You know. And I meet people, and they're like, "It's good. You know, how do you do it?" And I don't understand how they direct and produce.
Enthusiasm, right?
Yeah, show some
enthusiasm. You got to
educate yourself on the business. It's, you know, it's a lifetime. I've been at this more than a decade. You know, so I have been associated with 6 films. I've produced them, and I've directed 3, and I've written 3. But you know, when you think about it, I hope these numbers are all right as I have them up in my head, right? But you know, when you think about it, you learn. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'd like to think I'm evolving, not only as a filmmaker but as a person.
Now, what was your favorite time and favorite moment in filming in the movie? Like, what was your
You know,
that stood out the most.
You know,
when
honestly,
making this movie. Go ahead.
I have 2 moments, and it's after the filming.
Right.
One of them was when we closed out Phoenix. They asked me that night, and I said, this moment right here was 500 people in a theater on an IMAX screen. It looked gorgeous. They loved it. Half of them stayed around for, at least a third to a half, stayed around for the Q&A, and it ended late, and I just couldn't believe it. That was like the moment we had arrived.
That could drive you to one.
Oh, absolutely. But then the second moment would be tonight, because today was kind of a crazy screening. We were rushing to get here. There was a lot of things going on in my life, and it was the best turnout we could have hoped for. I've got a lot of wonderful friends here, and that's what this is really all about.
Well, when you invited me, at least you reached out to me, which, you know, I was waiting to be reached out to, you know. And
well, you know, I had you on my mailing list, and then you're like, hey, when is the screening? And I'm like,
this guy cares, you know what I mean? He reached out to me, and that's why I
I'm a
reached
caring
out
guy,
back,
you know. I just made a pretty caring film, but no, I love having, you know, we had the Arizona Republic, we had NBC morning show I got on when I did the show. Here I've been in the Advance almost every day. You know, the New York Post has written about us. We got some more stuff in the Post and the news, and even your show. And, you know, I like, all the press is wonderful. Getting the message out there is wonderful. And if I can inspire one filmmaker to go do the right thing, I'd like to. You know, it's hard. It's a very hard business. Me and several of my friends were talking about it today. It's just a hard business. It's not, you know, but then again, what in life is worthwhile that's easy? Well, nothing in life is worthwhile that's easy. Right. Not the beautiful woman you love, not the film you're working on, not your career, not buying a house. There's nothing worthwhile that's easy. Yeah. And it's just, I think that if you have the passion and the desire and the talent,
unless you could pull a slot machine and win a couple of million at one time.
I wouldn't be averse to that. I mean, I'm all for it, but I don't know that I will. I wouldn't count on it. You know what I'm saying? But I think for me, selling your film to MGM, that's like winning the lottery. And you know, that's actually a place we met with. We've met with several studios. And you know, we brought on Al Ruddy, who's a friend of Sam's and mine. He produced The Godfather, $1 Million Baby, 2 Oscars. He's helping us with the film. We've got some other consultants on the film and producers that, you know, Sam Sherman and a young apprentice, J. Todd Smith, did a wonderful job on the film. We also had Brian LaBelle.
I like the editing, was very good. And
oh, thank you.
Cinematography.
Yeah, Joanne Morano, who lives in New Jersey but has her parents in Staten Island, edited the film. She's edited a number of films. I think we're lucky to have her. She always reminds me of like a Thelma Schoonmaker who worked for Scorsese.
I noticed a lot of things. So
yeah, no, and you know, when we did our Color at Deluxe, which all the studios go to.
From my show. My mistakes. No.
Well, you know what? That's the way you get better, is by making mistakes.
You gotta make mistakes to get better. And, you know, congratulations on the film.
Before we go, can I call on some people?
Calm down. Come on down.
Sorvino,
who's here?
Samuel Sherman. Mary Domino.
For a full part of
Brian Williams. Michael Major, get in the shot, guys. Get in here. Let's talk for real quick.
All right, let's introduce this guy. What's this guy right here? What's your name?
Bill Sorvino.
How you doing?
Bill Sorvino, how are you?
Are you related?
Yes.
All right, I see the resemblance. But you played a part in the movie, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Talk about your character head.
Well, I was the arresting officer
of my
uncle.
Line. He'd tell him the funny line.
My uncle says, "Don't you know who I am? I'm the star of Goodfellas." And my line is, "Yeah, that's right. I'm Bobby De Niro. Get in the car."
He came up with that. That was an ad lib on the set.
Yes. All right.
You know, and Bill contributed in a lot of ways. Has helped us through post production and just even in the friendship and the because you need your friends pushing you. And you know, Mary here, she's a Staten Island resident.
Bring her over. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Good. I watch your show all the time. I'm like, wow, New York rocks.
Because New York does rock.
I try to watch as much TV as I can.
You want a little history?
Wasn't it
on
called
the computer? Staten
now.
Island Rocks at one time, wasn't it?
That's how you start out.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Wait a second, there's not rocking over here. Okay, all right, so your part in the movie, you played the mother.
Yeah, I'm Gina Palmer. Right. Zachary Abel is my son Justin Palmer. He's the one that goes off and goes to college and everything. It was so, we gotta be quiet. Shh, there's another movie playing. It was so much fun to work on. Can you hear me out there in TV land? It was so much fun to work on this set with all these superstars. And I gotta tell you, Sam made it so much. Look at me, Sam.
You're looking like
Sam made it.
I'm a little guy, and you're about my size.
Sam made it so much fun because on the set, he's like constantly. He's like, I call him, what do I call you? I call him the Pitbull Buddha. Right. Because he expresses this like wisdom, but yet he's an animal in a good way. So it was so much fun. It in a good way. He's available,
So
everyone.
so you started pretty much with stand-up comedy, correct? And then now you're doing, you did your TV show on Staten Island Cable,
Yeah,
and now you're breaking
Nights
into
of Mary.
movies.
Right,
So
right.
how many movies have you done? This is a couple of movies.
Oh, I've done about 5. I was in Staten Island. I was in Private Parts with Howard Stern. Yeah, I've done many national commercials, NYROCKSTV, Dunkin' Donuts.
You're getting bigger.
Yeah, well, I hope not. I don't want to get bigger. But
Tell me
yeah.
about your awards. Mac Award.
Yeah. Oh, won the 2010 the 2010 Mac Award for Outstanding Female Stand-Up. Mac is Manhattan Association of Clubs. The 2008 Gracie Allen Award for Outstanding Documentary, which was called Fat, What No One Is Telling You. And I have my own off-Broadway show running called Scared Skinny, a 100-pound lighter woman show. I lost 100 pounds.
Might be a good movie one day.
Amazing.
Yes, it might be a movie, everybody.
Well, congratulations to you and best of luck to you. And always best of luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Michael Muggieri.
Okay, now you were in the movie. Talk about your character in the movie.
Well, I played a magnitude of roles. You see me throughout the film, little roles here and there, but I was basically the sixth man off the bench for everything. I helped produce a lot of the film. You know, I came on just as the screen supervisor, but then Sam realized something in me and pulled me on his crew and inside of his family, and then we started rocking after that.
Real quick, here's Brian.
Yeah, well, let's bring somebody
Brown.
else over.
He was
Come
one
on.
of the leads in the movie.
How you doing, man?
How you doing,
Come
man?
on over.
Go easy with the questions,
Okay,
all right?
all right. This is Phil. All right, tell everybody your name out there.
Hi, my name is Brian Williams. I'm from Long Island, and you can say that I hit it big with the part of Chris.
Now, is this your first film?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, how was it filming and being in the movie and acting in it, and being your first film and everything?
Well,
You looked good, you acted good in it.
well, I mean, it was nerve-wracking because I put a lot of pressure on myself. I mean, you're acting with a lot of Hollywood legends and all that, so I just had to.
You were natural. You did very good in the movie,
Well,
very good. Yeah,
well, I think now you said it, so I mean, I'm coming.
You remind me of Chris. Was it Chris
Tucker?
Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Well,
You get a better comparison than that. And on that one, Sam Sherman, close it out with us.
Yeah.
Here's my producing
bring it
mentor, Sam Sherman.
How you doing, Sam? Again, pleasure seeing you again. Pleasure's all right. So talk about the film. Go ahead.
I've been in the business a long time. I would say this is one of the great achievements of my career to work on a picture like this. And I owe it to my buddy Sam Borowski, who is a great director and a great producer. He insisted I come on as one of the producers, and I agreed to do it if he wanted me on it. And I just had a great time, and I thought it was a great achievement. And I think this film is going to go on to tremendous success, as is Sam's career going to skyrocket. And we're going to see this all over. We're going to appreciate all the effort that Sam and everybody on this picture put forward. And I think the picture's a sure winner. It's just a great film.
Now you've worked together before on other films.
That's right, many times. That's
so
right.
Now you're growing together, and now this is like how many movies now you've been doing?
Half a dozen, half a dozen, half a dozen, half a dozen.
There's a lot. Why don't we say New York rocks, and then we'll close out.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much, and best of luck to both of you. Pleasure's talking
Phil,
to you.
I'll tell you this.
And
you get to the end, you write fade out.
Pleasure, Phil. Always be well. Best
right.
with everything.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Take care.
Okay. All right, let's closing it out here at Staten Island Film Festival, interviewing some of the producers, directors, actors. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Cynthia.
How'd you like the film?
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, very touching film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of about the movie?
I think the whole nightclub scenes.
Yeah.
That was great.
And it's funny, right?
Yeah, it was very funny. But I think that all old age homes should do that.
Yeah. And it's good to see those actors, right?
Yeah,
those
amazing.
all-time actors.
Yeah, Ernest Borgnine was great.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey, how you doing? What's your names?
I'm Peter. And I'm Alex.
Oh yeah. Hey, what'd you think of the film, huh?
I thought it was really funny, and there was a good cast.
Oh, yeah?
Especially the role of Annie She portrayed it really well. She was so
Okay.
fun.
Cool. How
I
about
also
you?
really liked the film a lot. I especially love that first scene when you see the hearse coming in. It's a very impressive shot. Follows the car all the way down.
Wow.
Yeah, impressive cinematography, definitely. Over the wedding.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, how'd you like the film?
Oh, I loved it. I've known Sam for a few years. We were journalists together, and he told me at the time that he was working on a film, The Creature, and now he's becoming like a mogul.
What part brought that out to you the most that you liked in the film?
I like the interaction between Justin and the patients.
Right.
So that's what I really I found very poignant.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. All right, cool.
Good.
All right. Hey, here's Sam's wife. Hey, Sam's wife.
Hi.
How you doing? How'd you like the film they produced, huh?
Well, I've been with it from the very beginning, from the time the script was being written, and
did you have to cook for them or something?
A little bit.
Yeah? All right.
However, I have to tell you, from the very beginning, I never expected it to turn out as wonderfully as it has turned out.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of everybody in the cast and crew, and particularly my husband, of course, Sam Sherman, and of course Sam Borowski, the director. And I hope everybody out there enjoys the movie. It really has a lot to tell and a lot to read between the lines.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. So I hope
Had a very human side to it, right?
Absolutely. I
Very
hope
good.
everybody gets out there and sees the movie Nightclub. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. Has a lot to tell.
When I thought Nightclub, I thought something different. But then when you watch the movie, now you know why it was called Nightclub, right?
That's exactly right.
There you go.
Exactly right. My 99-year-old mother-in-law, Sam's mother, saw this, and she has many friends in nursing homes, and of course they're all unhappy. And if all the nursing homes had something like this, like a nightclub, more people would be happier, and the best is yet to come, as Ernie says.
How about show the movie Nightclub at the nursing homes and screen it?
That's right.
There you go.
Show
Here's an
the-
idea right there. You heard it right here.
I heard right.
All right.
Thanks
All right.
so much.
Thank you.
Take care.